Hi Pisces, and welcome to your reading for February 2019. My name is Melanie. This is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate, and that's totally cool. Take what you like and leave the rest. Just briefly about the tarot decks I use. The main deck is called Tattoo Tarot, Ink and Intuition. The second deck I use kind of more like oracle cards, of which there's one card there, and they're from the Dreamtime Reading Cards deck. The Dreamtime is the Aboriginal Australian spiritual belief system, and I just love these cards. Visually I find them very beautiful, and the meaning on each card too I find is very powerful. And I'll be reading from a booklet at the end of the reading about that final card that's laying down there representing the overall theme for the month. So let's dive in. There's 5 cards there. So the first card representing the past, past energies, past situation you may have been involved in or working on. The Lovers card came out for Pisces. The next card representing the present situation, current issues in this month of February, the 9 of Cups card there. Possible obstacles that may come up for the month of Feb for the little fishies, the 8 of Cups card. Any helpful tools that may be of use for you guys this month. The Wheel of Fortune card came through, and finally the outcome card for the month of February 2019 for Pisces, the 6 of Coins, otherwise known as the 6 of Pentacles. And the overall theme card from that Dreamtime reading set, the card that came out for you guys is called Goanna, and that's about self-preservation. So what I got as a bit of a snapshot just from kind of looking at the cards once they came out was that this is a kind of a month of wishes, and some wishes or a wish coming true, but perhaps not in the way that you thought. It's kind of, I got the sense of being careful what you wish for. This month seems to be about relationships, about feelings and emotions, about the universe stepping in some way, shape or form, perhaps giving you what you want, but then you having to make a decision about whether actually is that really what I want. So that's kind of the overall theme I grasp from the month. Anyway, starting with the past. The card, the Lovers, came up for you guys representing positive energy and forces there. So the Lovers card is a beautiful card, obviously representing relationships. Love, union, attraction, marriage, a good, mature, strong relationship, harmony, being in alignment with one's values or with someone else's values. This card can also represent decisions and needing to make a choice and sort of vacillating between one or the other, because it's a card of the Lovers, and there's the male, the female, the masculine, the feminine, Adam and Eve. It's the card of Gemini representing the twins, so there may have been a place in the past, whether that's recent past or more distant past, about needing to make a choice or being at a bit of a crossroads and needing to sort of follow one's heart to make a choice, perhaps in relation to a relationship. This card is also about a blessing from the divine, good sort of fortune and harmony coming into your life, sort of through the universe. You know, it's really, I think, a beautiful card of ultimately of love and relationships and compatibility. So perhaps you've come from you're in a good place in a relationship in your life, whether that's an intimate relationship or any other type of relationship. Perhaps there was a choice that you needed to make, or there was a wish in some way that you wanted to come true, and something has come true. Because moving on into the present energy and what's happening for you guys this month of February, that is, the 9 of Cups card came through for Pisces, and this is the card of wishes coming true, of good things coming your way, of success and abundance, you know, contentment, happiness, rewards, achievement. It can also be a card about, you know, like I mentioned before, being careful what you wish for. Sometimes this card can be a bit smug, a bit conceited, a bit kind of like, look at me, I've got everything I ever wanted, you know, and being bit of a dick about it potentially, but not always. Ultimately it's about feeling good about yourself, feeling quite happy and content in the moment, hopefully appreciating what you have, feeling quite satisfied emotionally and kind of intellectually in your life, and being a bit just pleasantly kind of satisfied and happy because something has ultimately worked out. The thing is, moving on to the next card representing possible obstacles that may come up for the month of February, and you guys have the Eight of Cups card, so it's kind of like a little step backwards potentially. I mean, this is a potential obstacle. Of course it may not necessarily come to fruition, and it's something just to be mindful of, to remind you of something. So the Eight of Cups card, as opposed to the Nine of Cups card, the Eight of Cups is sort of about something not working out, perhaps something that you'd hoped would look a certain way was not in fact what you thought, and you've had to walk away from something. This is a card sometimes of disappointment, of having to abandon something, to let go, to move on, to withdraw from something. Something has been disappointing and you've had to make a choice, or you've kind of had a sense that actually something is missing, and I need to leave this situation and find out what that is in order to feel happy and fulfilled. So it has a totally different kind of, I think, flavour and energy to the Nine of Cups card, where overall I think this month with that Nine of Cups energy, that's a positive card of feeling great joy and great happiness because something has worked out. There is just this other little spanner in the works almost here with the Eight of Cups, in that maybe in a way it's a card of potentially just a temporary setback, and maybe your own kind of fears and doubts are getting in the way of something that's kind of holding you back. But that's really just, what are fear and doubts? They're just words in our head. They're feelings we may have because we naturally are, we naturally have fear when we come across something new, or when there's change in our lives and we're like, whoa, this is so not what I thought it would be. But remember, that's just shit going on in your head basically. And if you look at the lay of the land more broadly, you may well see that things a bit more clearly. The Eight of Cups card too, it's like sort of finding out that something is a bit unknown, like I said, there's something not quite right, or kind of missing in some way, and you've had to perhaps abandon some sort of dream, or emotionally nothing is quite what it seems. So I'm not too sure, how that might show up, apart from whatever wishes that are coming true or has come true. There's aspects of it that you didn't quite think through, because when you ask the universe for certain things and manifest something, word for word, that may well come true, and you might say, I just want to be in love, and then you might find yourself in love with someone who's really not good for you, but hey, you're in love. So, it's about being much more clearer on what you want, and ultimately that comes back to really knowing yourself very deeply and confronting all aspects of yourself. In terms of the universe, the next card along there, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and that's in the position of helpful tools this month. So again, this is the most symbolic card in the deck. This is a card of karma, of fate, of destiny, of the Wheel of Fortune turning in your favour, life cycles, good luck, a new cycle, coming in, unexpected change, sudden luck, sudden good luck, things turning in your favour, of being on the right path. So whatever potentially may come up with the Eight of Cups that leaves you feeling a bit disappointed and a bit like, I'm going to have to abandon this or walk away from a person or a situation. On the flip side of that, you actually have the universe broadly, I mean, the universe is all around us all the time, obviously, but you're on a path here, and this is of good fortune ultimately, and staying connected to that and reminding yourself of that, because I think you have really strong universal forces at work this month, particularly if we look at the Lovers card in the past there and Wheel of Fortune. They both depict, can't really see it on the Lovers card, but in more traditional tarot decks, the images in the Lovers card, there is like this, I don't know what it is, like an angel or something coming down from heaven. In this Lovers card, you can see a little cherub in the top left hand corner, but there is this association of connection to the divine, a gift from the universe, and I think both of these cards suggest that, a gift, a wish, and being placed on the right path here. So this card in the helpful tools position is reminding you to go with the flow, to know that your wishes will be granted, but you have to know exactly what you're wishing for. Be realistic. Don't be too fantasy based, too way out with the fairies, that there's no way on earth your wish is going to come true. but if you are realistic and you're very clear on that, very clear, there is every chance that it's going to work out and go your way. This is a card of success and manifesting very good things, and the universe being on your side, balance being restored, fate stepping in and taking charge. So have faith. I think this card is saying have faith in that, in this ever-turning cycle of life. Get in the middle of that wheel so you can see things a bit better. Don't be on the outside of that wheel as it turns, because boy, you're going to get sick and dizzy and squashed. Be real about the perspective that you have, because the universe is on your side, very much so this month. Just don't get too swept up in some of the emotions in terms of it's not quite what I wanted, but hey, is it still actually what you wish for? Tweak that. What do you need to change? What do you need to add in if something is missing? Finally, the outcome card for this month, the Six of Coins, otherwise known as the Six of Pentacles. So this is quite a lovely card. Pentacles are, earthly matters, practical matters, generally, work, money, business and stuff like that, but essentially a solid kind of more grounded energy. I don't think this card in this reading is to do with work matters. I think it is more to do with some sort of relationship or relationships, connections with people, because this outcome card is a card of give and take, of sharing wealth, or whatever that is, whether that's actual money and physical wealth, or sharing a wealth within inside of you, say a wealth of positive emotions and positive connections. This is a card of charity, of giving and receiving, of whatever you've gained and benefited from, in turn you are giving that back out. So interesting that you've got the Wheel of Fortune card right next to you there, which is about karma, and hey, what goes around comes around. This card is an actual kind of depiction of that, of what if you've got a lot, you give out a lot, and to restore sort of this balance. Maybe you almost have too much at the end of this month. You're being filled to the brim with something, and it is good karma, I think, in good practice, to share that and to give something away, or to donate, to be generous, to be caring. Your kind of needs have been met in some way. Your base grounded kind of needs have been met. You're in a very good position. Like I said, it could be financially, but I'm sort of wondering if it also could be in a more personal area of your life, and you are now in a position to be helpful for others, because you're feeling the love. Basically, you're feeling really connected and good. Obviously, just be careful how much you give away of yourself. You've still got to take care of yourself, attend to your own needs. Don't drain yourself, whether that's financially or energetically, because we can't give to other people and share our stuff if we've got nothing left to give. So, the wheels are turning, I think, this month. Really interesting stuff. Wishes, divine intervention, give and take, balance, karma, life cycles, beautiful kind of stuff. Finally, I'm going to read from the little booklet that came along with the set. This is a booklet, Connect with the Ancient Spirit and Nature of Australia. You have the goanna card here, self-preservation, beautiful dot paintings. All of these cards, dot paintings, are very typical of Aboriginal Australian art. Very detailed. Anyway, I'm going to read now. Goanna, self-preservation. The name goanna covers a number of different species of the monitor lizard family, some of which can grow up to 2 meters in length. They all have sharp claws, which they use to grip trees and eat prey. You often see goanna claw marks on the trunks of trees where they have been climbing in search of birds' eggs. They shed their skins as they grow in a similar way to a snake. But unlike a snake, which sheds its whole skin in one piece, the goanna sheds little bits constantly. The goanna is very agile and can run remarkably fast when threatened, given its size. The goanna's message is one of self-preservation. It's important to know your own limits and do what's right for you. Yep, that's really interesting. To me, that taps right in there to the 6 of Coins card and what I was talking about there. If something feels wrong, it's best to retreat. Sometimes when you are insulted or bullied, you start to believe what you are being told, but by drawing on the energy of the goanna's thick skin, you can toughen yourself up to this treatment and just deflect the attacks. If it becomes necessary to shed outdated ideas and situations that no longer serve you, the goanna offers you the means to shed only what you need to. It is time to be very clear about your personal boundaries. I think this is very apt. The 8 card there, 8s are about boundaries as well. Anyway, it's time to be very clear about your personal boundaries and what you feel is right for you to be doing at this time. When you have drawn the goanna, it is time to protect yourself and value yourself and make wise decisions based on what's best for you. Don't be afraid to say no. So, interesting. Something coming up, something being granted and given to you. You may be having to make a decision from that, adjust things as necessary, go with the flow because you're like, hey, whoops, whoa, this has come up and this is a bit different, but ultimately good. You've got a good outcome there with the 6 of Coins. So good that you want to kind of share and be generous and charitable. Just be careful of how far you go with that and how much you do that. And don't wipe away all of your own stuff in the process. So, Pisces, beautiful little fishies of the zodiac, thank you so much for listening and listening and watching. I was going to say reading, but there's nothing to read in this reading. I hope it's been of use for you. I would love to hear if it has resonated in some way, shape or form. If it hasn't, that's totally cool. Plenty of other fantastic readers out there on YouTube. Otherwise, check back in a month or check your moon sign or your rising sign. Otherwise, I wish you all the best for February. Take care.